Hotep, Shalom, Namaste. Kol Asher Hava coming to you live with another class. And today I want to talk to you about the metaphysics of the chakras. With this understanding, with this new knowledge and wisdom, you will be able to know your past life. You will know all things beforehand and know all things that is coming. Truth be told, truth assured, you will know all these things. You will see reality from a new perspective. You will understand reality from a whole new understanding. But before I get into the lesson, I wanna give a brief summary of what the chakras are for those who are new to the chakras. The red is root, orange, the sacral, yellow, solar plexus, green, heart, aqua blue, throat, indigo, third eye, and violet would be the crown. And the white light represents the three chakras, additional three chakras, but we'll get into that to another lesson. Okay, right here, the red dot. I'm going to do the brief summary, okay? So we can get really deep into the lesson, because this is some real valuable, interesting knowledge. The red circle deals with survival. Orange is emotions and intimacy. Yellow is willpower. Green is love. Aqua blue is truth. And indigo would be basically intuition. And violet would be understanding, knowledge, and wisdom. Thought. Okay, now with that being said, I'm going to explain to you the rights of these chakras. And you should also take notes. This is very valuable information. Trust me with this one. I'm going to go in the exact order: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. I'm going to go in that order, okay? Starting with the red: I am, I feel, I will, I love, I speak, I see, I know. This is very crucial that you know this. Very crucial. Trust me. Okay. Red is the right to be here. The orange, the sacral chakra, right to feel, the right to will, the right to love, the right to speak, the right to see, and the right to know. These are 7 rights we all have. All entities on this earth has this right. If you violate any of these rights, your rights will be violated as well. Now let's get into the metaphysics. The root chakra is the right to be here. That's red, the right to be here. Let's see, how can I explain it in a simpler way? Okay, here's something you should note. Who you are affects what you feel. What you feel affects what you do. What you do affects what you love. What you love affects what you say. And what you say affects what you see. What you see affects what you know. And what you know affects what you experience. This is what I call forward looking. When you master these 7, when you come to an understanding of what these 7 are, you can see further of where you're going. Because who you are affects what you feel. If you're a bad person, then you're going to feel bad things. That's where negative karma comes from. You a bad person, you're about to experience bad karma. And what you feel affects what you do. If you feel pain, if you put your hand on the stove, you feel pain. That's going to affect what you do. So if you feel pain, you put your hand on the stove, guess what's about to happen? Guess what you finna do? You about to lift your hand off that stove. And what you do affects what you love. Since you felt that pain, you don't love that anymore. That's something you don't want nothing a part of. Why? Because who you are a bad person. What you felt, you have felt very bad karma. And that emotion from that bad karma affected what you did. You didn't do those things no more. Now it's affecting what you love. You don't love those activities anymore. You don't love people who associate themselves with those types of things. You don't love that anymore. It's gone. It's out the window. It's affecting who you are. Affected this whole metaphysical circle, this chakra star. It affected the whole Merkaba. The green, what you love. This negative karma, who you were, it affected it spiraled all the way around until it affected what you loved. Now, what you love is going to affect what you speak, or what you know as truth, or what you believe as truth. Because anything you say is the truth. So it's affecting what you love. You don't love those people no more who associate themselves with those things because of that pain you felt. And now it's affecting what you say. You don't say those things no more. You don't associate yourself with those things. You don't say it, you don't speak it, you don't even wish to listen to it. It affected what you say. And what you say affects what you see. Since you don't say those things no more, you don't see those things no more. Not even in your mind's eye. You don't see it anymore. And now what you see is affecting what you know. Since you don't see those things, you don't know nothing relative to being a thug. You don't know nothing relative to being a racist. All you know is the path was bad, and it's affecting what you know. Who you are a bad person. You got that karma, you changed, you didn't want to do that no more because of that bad karma. You felt really bad karma. You felt really, really bad. That's that pain you felt. I feel the right to feel. And this affected what you did. You chose not to do those things no more. Eventually, it affected what you loved. Those are things you never loved anymore. Eventually, it came over here to the I speak, the right to speak. It affected what you say. You didn't say those things no more. You didn't even, because that's your truth. It affected your reality of truth. Since you didn't say it, that's not your truth anymore. You changed your truth, and it changed what you see. Since you don't say it, you don't see it. You don't hear it, you don't see it anymore. And it affected what you know. It ultimately affected what you know. You don't know that path anymore. You don't understand it. You understand it, but it has no crown chakra resonance with you. It affected what you know. What you know is right. Because who you were a bad person. And it affected, see the line? It affected what you know. You know now to be a better person. And ultimately, it affects your experience. What you know affects what you experience. Since you know what is good and you know what is right, it's affecting what you experience. But this is how we go into a past life. Knowledge from a past life, rather. Let's say you die and you come into a new body. Your experience is still with you. Right here, your experience chakra. I'll get into the rest later. The video is going to be a lot longer to get into all of that. But let's say you die and now you took all this with you, because this is a part of your spiritual body. So you take this, your experience chakra, and now you go into the root. You're going back to the root. You're a child again. And what you experience affects, it's reversed now, because now you have incarnated. You're gaining this experience. This is defining who you are. This is defining who you are. This is defining what I'm about to tell you. This is defining where you came from. If you want to know where you came from, look how you got there. Now let's say you was a bad person, whoop-de-woo, and you learned everything, woo-woo-woo. Now you know what is right, you know what is wrong. That's all part of your experience now. And now what you've experienced in your past life affects what you know. What you know affects what you see. What you see affects what you speak. What you speak affects what you love. And what you love affects what you do. And what you do affects what you feel. And what you feel affects what you are. This is, I call, the past life regression meditation. But like I said in my previous videos, you don't have to believe me. Don't take my word for it. Meditate on this. Meditate on it. And you will see the truth come to you. And spread the knowledge. Spread the good news amongst all people. What you experience affects what you know. If you never experience building an airplane, you will never know how to build one. It just won't happen. So in a past life, if you was a pilot, you will have that experience in your chakra, in your 8th chakra, your 8th chakra, experience chakra. You have all that experience within this chakra. When you leave this earth today, all your experience is going in this chakra. All your experiences. And all your experience will affect what you know in the next life. You may not know certain things because, for an example, there was a boy from a past life. He knows how to build airplanes because in his past life, that's what he experienced. And he knows how to build airplanes now. He knows all about airplanes because in his past life, that's what he experienced. And that affected what he could see. Most people, most babies, when they look at airplanes, they don't see airplanes. It's just something in the sky. But he's seen an airplane. He knew it was an airplane, and he saw, oh, that's an airplane. He spoke it, airplane. He knew these things. That was his truth. That's an airplane. Because this is his experience coming back from the past life into this present moment. What he speak affected what he accepted, what he loved. So the fact that he was into airplanes, that's what he loved. That he spoke it, it was manifested in his heart. That's what he loved. Because that's what he experienced. That's why they're opposite upon one another. Your experience is what you love as well. If you've experienced it and you keep experiencing it, eventually this was accepted upon you, or it was loved upon you, or you love it, or you love the event. If you don't love it, you can destroy that experience. You can destroy that memory. You can erase it. It may take years, it may take moments, it could be for a long time, but you can destroy that if you reject the acceptance of a bad memory. What you love affects what you do. So, for an example, when this little boy, when he loved airplanes, it affected what he did. He wanted to, guess what? He wanted to do what? Make airplanes. It affected what he loved, affected what he did. He wanted to make airplanes. What he did affected what he felt. So if he didn't make airplanes, it had an effect on what he felt. If he made airplanes, it had an effect on what he felt. It was a super positive emotion because that's what he wanted to do. It affected what he felt. And what he felt affected who he became. And the fact that he kept feeling this positive emotion of making airplanes, he felt this really, really positive energy of making airplanes. He became a pilot again in this life. And it went back to his perspective. The 0th chakra, perspective. It changed his perspective on life. He could look at things, for an example, a painter affected, a man who was a painter affected his perspective. So now when he steps into a house, he can see paintings on the wall and he can see, oh, this painting is oil based, this is pastel, this is watercolor. He can see this because who is he? He is a painter. It affected what? His perspective. So he can look everywhere and see painting. He can know the color of that grass. He can know the color of the sky. Oh, the sky right now is sky blue. This is a forest green color. The lake is a murky brown. He knows these things based off of who he is. It affects his perspective. A God, who he is a God. It affects his perspective onto the world. When you look at your life in a certain perspective, that is because of who you are. And who you are is because of what you felt. And what you felt is because of what you've done, what you've loved, affected what you've spoken. What you've spoken affected what you've seen. What you've seen affected what you've known. And what you've known affected your experience. And that's all based off who you are right now. But I'm going to do another video on this just to make it even more clear. And there's a lot more chakras on this as well. A lot more. If you want to know where you're going, look at who you are right now. If you want to know where you're going in life, look at who you are right now. If you want to know where you're coming from, look at where you're going. I don't have a lot of time on this video right now, but I will, I promise. I will have a more detailed version on this video. The key is to spread knowledge, wisdom, and compassion. That much I will do. Believe it. There's a whole lot more knowledge to be given out, and I don't have a lot of time. I only have a few minutes left on this battery, and I'm going to upload this as soon as possible. But please review everything that I've said. My wisdom is so deep, you cannot only listen to it, you must meditate on it. You don't have to cross your legs, you don't got to close your eyes, you don't need to chant. Meditation is dhyana. Dhyana is concentration. All you need to do is concentrate what I'm saying. Concentrate on what I'm saying. Take away all distractions. All distractions. Cole Asher Hava, KTI is coming to you with another video of esoteric knowledge and occult wisdom. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, stay blessed. Peace be upon you. You are loved. We are here to create a new age for the Satya Yuga. Please spread this knowledge. It is time for us to learn. It's time for us to grow. Believe me, I will make more courses on metaphysics. It's going to get only better from here, ladies and gentlemen. Life is good and it's only going to get better. Life is great and it's only going to get better. Tethastu.